Welcome to another episode of The Evolution, the Transformative Podcast, your go-to podcast for unlocking the limitless power of your energy and mindset. I'm Jevon, also known as Mr. Raise the Vibes, your personal growth coach dedicated to transforming the way you think, feel, and experience life. If you haven't already, it would mean the world to me if you would please subscribe to this channel and follow us on Instagram at @RaiseTheVibes_. So to start off episode 13, I want to talk to somebody. I want to talk to somebody very specific, okay? And the somebody that I'm talking to is somebody that might engage in certain activities in access, right? And what I mean by that is there's nothing wrong with people that partake in certain things, right? Nothing wrong with drinking. I drink from time to time myself. There's nothing wrong with smoking. I don't smoke anymore, but once upon a time, nothing wrong with going out, partying, having a good time. Again, we all got to celebrate and enjoy ourselves because life is life, right? That's what it's all about, celebrating. Well, that's not what it's all about, but it's a part of life, right? Celebrating things. I'm not talking to the people that occasionally participate in these activities. I'm talking about the people that do them in excess, okay? Right? When you drink a little too much. You're not drinking to be social. You're not drinking to have a good time. You're drinking to be belligerent. It seems like you're drinking as if you in a competition. Like you trying to risk it all, right? I'm not talking about the people that just smoke socially. I'm talking about the people that smoke habitually every single moment of every day as if they're trying to stay on that permanent high for whatever the reason may be, right? The people that are going out, not just to celebrate, but this is a part of your lifestyle. And when you're going out, you're drinking, you're smoking, you're getting fucked up. Right? And again, I'm talking to you. And if it's not you, maybe it's someone that you know, someone close to you. And I want to highlight something that I think gets overlooked when there's people that we know that live this kind of life. And the thing that I've realized that they're trying to escape something, okay? There's usually something going on in their life that they're unhappy with, they're not satisfied with. They lack some sense of fulfillment in their life, and it's extremely difficult for them to deal with their current reality. So what they do is they use these vices as a coping mechanism or as a way to escape their current reality. Okay? And this is a very, very dangerous game that they're playing. Because how far is too far for them? Because right now they're at the point where they might not realize how destructive this behavior is. They're not aware of the impact that this is having on not just their physical health, but their mental and emotional health as well. There is so many other things that they can do to process and deal with what it is that they're experiencing, but this is their resort. This is what they're going to. And they're not aware of what it is that they're doing. They might not be aware to know that this is an unhealthy coping mechanism for them. And it's up to people that are removed from the situation, right? If this is you, this message is to you. And if you know someone that this applies to, this is a message you need to deliver to them, okay? And I think it's important that we all get the help that we need, right? And it's pretty obvious that they aren't satisfied. They're not happy with where they are in life right now, what their life circumstances may be. Now, is it their fault? It could be. It may not be. But at the end of the day, we're not looking to place the blame. We're looking to change the situation. Okay. So what this episode is, it's to help those people that might be struggling with something in their life, right? Help them change their life, okay? Today's topic is I'm going to talk about 3 simple steps that anybody can take to change your life, okay? And these aren't just for the people that are struggling with anything. Maybe there's people that aren't struggling with anything. They just realize they aren't happy with where they are. And they have a problem with what life currently looks like, okay? I want to talk about a practical framework to help you shift your life in the direction that you truly want. And the first step is to identify where you are, right? Because it's important that we have that point of reference. Because you need to assess your current reality before you can make any meaningful change. This is essentially our point of reference, okay? Awareness is the first step to any transformation. Because if you don't know where you are, how are you going to know what direction you're going in? So identifying where you are, and you ask yourself these questions to help you determine where it is that you are, right? Where are you feeling unfulfilled, right? Where do you feel that you're unaligned in life, right? What do you love about your current situation? What don't you love? What frustrates you? These are some questions you can ask yourself that will provide you with some insight as to where you currently are. What beliefs and habits are keeping you stuck? What is it that you're doing that is hindering you from moving past this point? Right? And maybe it's those vices. Maybe it's the people that you're hanging around. Maybe it's the job that you're in, that you're dependent upon, right? Think about it. If you stayed exactly the same for the next 5 years, how happy would you be? That is an indicator that you're on the wrong path and that you're not where you want to be, right? Look at your friend group. Audit your friend group. If you have a hard time thinking about where you are in life, look at the 5 closest people to you who you spend the majority of your time with. What does their life look like? And if you don't feel that you're in alignment with that, it is going to be a reality check for you. So when you realize that, wow, we are all in alignment. And if you don't actively do something about it, that will be your reality. That will continue to be your reality. So, some exercises that I want to highlight that you can do to really help you reflect. Right? Write down your daily habits. Right? Write down your thoughts, your feelings over a week. Look for different patterns that emerge, and that will help you pinpoint exactly what it is that you're doing, what the behaviors it is that you're taking, participating in, and the impact that they're having. Because those activities that you're doing are part of the reason why you are where you are right now. Whether you like it or not, that's the reality, okay? And then, as well as auditing your friend group, audit your energy, right? Where's your time and energy going? Right? List out those daily activities. Categorize them as either draining or energizing. Right? And really write that down. Another thing that you could do is ask for feedback. Sometimes people close to us can see us better than we can see ourselves. They can see our blind spots. Right? So ask a trusted friend, a mentor, or a coach, or a family member for that feedback, because they observed you enough to know exactly what's going on, to know exactly what's going on with you and how you're appearing. And it's important for you to know that, okay? And please understand that self-awareness isn't about judgment. It's about clarity, right? You're not judging yourself. You're not being hard on yourself. It's about being able to clearly identify where you are right now. And you need to accept where you are so that you can move forward with intentions, with the intention to do something about it, okay? So step 1 is identifying where you are. Step 2 is defining where you want to go. All right? Keep this in mind. Clarity creates confidence. The clearer your vision, the stronger your drive, all right? And why is this such a crucial step? Because without a clear goal, you'll drift, all right? You need to be clear about your destination in order to work towards it. Think about you need to go somewhere that you've never been before. If you don't have an address to put into the GPS, where are you going? Where's it going to take you? You need to have a crystal clear destination. You need to know the state that it's in, the city that it's in, the street that it's on, the building number. You know, all of that information. Be very, very clear on your destination so that you can begin to map out, right? So how do you define where you want to go? All right, stop visualizing, right? Close your eyes and imagine what your life looks like 5 years from now. Ideally, right? Do this exercise. Visualize. How do you feel? What does your daily routine look like? What kind of work do you do? What kind of relationships do you have? Right? And if visualizing this is hard, write it down, right? Put a entry in your journal and write down the day in the life of your future self, okay? And then once you've identified what your life looks like 5 years from now, reverse engineer your goals, okay? Define those big goals, but then break them down into smaller, achievable milestones, right? So, for example, if your goal is to be financially independent, ask yourself, how much money do I need? What skills do I need to learn? Who do I need to connect with, right? This will help you identify those baby steps that you need to take, right? This is probably a golden tool that you'll hear a lot throughout your personal development life, right? SMART goals, right? And if you don't know what SMART goals are, they're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, right? SMART, SMART goals, okay? Specific means be clear about what you want. Measurable means how will you track the progress, right? It must be measurable. Achievable, be realistic, but also challenge yourself, right? Make sure the goal is achievable. Relevant, does this goal align with your values? Is this what you want, truly? Because if the goal isn't in alignment with what you want, it shouldn't be your goal, right? And time bound, set a deadline to accomplish this so that you create that sense of urgency, so that you know exactly how much time you have left to accomplish this, right? And another thing is that mindset shift. Wow, that was a mouthful. Think in terms of I am becoming, right? Start to really think that you're working towards this. Instead of I want to be, I'm becoming, right? It's not I want to be a nurse. I'm becoming a nurse. It's not that I want to be a police officer. I'm becoming a police officer. It's not that I want to be an engineer. I'm becoming an engineer, right? Speak it into existence, right? Change your mindset. Change how you think about this. Change how you approach this. All of this matters, right? Align your vision with your values to stay motivated, okay? And so step 1, identify where you are. Step 2, define where you want to go. And step 3 is design your plan to get there, right? Because now you have a very specific destination. Now you know where you want to go, right? A vision without action is just a dream. Do not forget that. It's great you know where you are. It's great you know where you want to go. But if you don't take any action, you're not going anywhere, right? Because if you got a plan, but no destination, you're going to be moving a lot, but not making any progress, right? And if you have a destination but no plan, you're not going to doing anything. So it's important to have that plan, right? Because the action creates momentum that's going to carry over into the next step and the next step and the next step, right? Small, consistent steps lead to big results. I'm going to say that one more time because this is so important and it so often gets overlooked. Small, consistent steps lead to big results, right? When you think about the temperature in a room, right, everyone thinks that, and everyone will say that a 1 degree change is insignificant. But if you constantly get a 1 degree change, followed by a 1 degree change, followed by another 1 degree change, followed by another 1 degree change, eventually the temperature is going to change by 20 degrees. So those small, consistent steps lead big results. That's the big difference between you sitting in a room that's 50 degrees and you sitting in a room that's 70 degrees. Big difference. But again, those 1 degree changes might seem insignificant, but consistently they lead to those big results. And that's how designing a plan works, right? Those small steps that might seem insignificant will get you there, okay? So break down your goals into daily actions, okay? Right? Got your 5-year goal. Break that down to a 1-year goal. And then break that 1-year goal down to quarterly goals. Then once you know what you need to do quarterly, what steps you need to take monthly to get there. And those monthly steps go into daily habits that you need to have in order to, so that you're able to accomplish your monthly goals. That will also keep you in alignment to accomplish your quarterly goals, which will in turn make sure that you're on track to accomplish your yearly goals, right? See, we reverse engineer it, right? So it's important to understand that you need to break them down into manageable steps, right? So if you're someone that wants to write a book, right? My goal is to write a book, okay? Well, quarterly goal is to, first of all, finish the draft. My monthly goal will then be to write 4 chapters. A weekly goal is to write 1,000 words. A daily habit is to write 200 words a day. Again, break it down and work backwards. So now every day you're writing 200 words, which means weekly you'll get your 1,000 words, which means monthly you'll get your 4 chapters in, which means quarterly you'll have a finished draft, right? Break you down your steps, right? Break down your plan. Build habits that support your goal. Another very, very important step, right? Habit stacking is attaching new habits to existing ones, right? And if you haven't read the book Atomic Habits, right, just a plug, because that book was so impactful, not just on me, but for the book club, right? The guys loved it. I loved it. And there's so much that we took away from that book that we actually applied to our lives, and we're able to see the direct impact that that has. But habit stacking, right? So if you know you have a cup of coffee every day, attach reading your book with a cup of coffee. If you know you have a morning commute to work, attach listening to a podcast to that commute. If you know you are going to the gym, right? Attach some cardio to that, right? Habit stacking, okay? And then most importantly, another thing you can do is have an accountability system, right? Find an accountability partner, right? Track your progress in your journal. Reward yourself for the milestones, whatever it is that works for you, but that's going to help you make sure that you're being accountable throughout this process, okay? But throughout this process, it's not going to be easy. So you need to understand and prepare for the challenges that are going to come along the way, right? Challenges are inevitable. Obstacles are going to come, and what's going to happen? Are you going to let them all derail you? Are you going to let all your hard work go to waste? Are you going to go back to the bad habits that you're trying to change, right? You need to prepare for the things that come up. Say you want to go running every day, you want to run a mile every day. Well, what if it rains? What are you going to do then? Have a plan for these, right? Have a backup plan, okay? If you can't make it to the gym because it's a snowstorm, have an alternative, okay? Don't look at these obstacles as roadblocks, okay? They're just little inclines on the way. Give you a little bit of a challenge to really push you. Because then you understand that these challenges only make you better. They're challenging because you haven't done it yet. But once you do it, you become better, and it's going to help you for the rest of the journey, okay? But let's recap, okay? If you are in a tough place in life, there's no shame in that. If you're not where you want to be in life, there's no shame in that. Because life is tough. Life is extremely difficult, and there are so many things happening all throughout the day, all throughout the week, all throughout the month that are out of our control, that impacts us, that impacts what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, what we want to have, okay? You are not alone if you are not where you want to be. There's a lot of people not there. But you also don't have to be okay with that. You don't have to live there forever. There's something you can do about it. And the first thing you need to do is identify where you are. Second thing is define where you want to go. And the third thing is design your plan on how to get there. Okay? This transformation isn't about making one big leap. It's about small, intentional steps taken every single day that's ultimately going to get you the results that you want. All right. So if you're listening to this, I'm going to challenge you. Take 15 minutes a day to reflect and write down, right? One thing that you want to change and the first action step that you're willing to take this week to make that change. Right? Really sit and think about this, okay? I want you to be very deliberate with this. Because if you're not where you want to be, it's okay. It's okay to not be where you want to be. What's not okay is not doing something about it and accepting that as forever. So take some time, think about what it is that you want to change, and then write down some steps that you can take to change that this week, okay? And then shoot me a DM. DM me on Instagram at @raisethevibes_. Let me know what that action step is, right? You want an accountability partner? I'll follow up with you. We'll make sure we'll talk about it and make sure that you're keeping up with that, all right? And if maybe you're someone that's where you want to be, pass this along to somebody else that you may know. Maybe it's your sister. Maybe it's your brother. Maybe it's a cousin. Maybe it's your best friend. Maybe it's even a parent, right? Life is tough for everybody. It doesn't stop becoming tough for anybody, right? The minute it gets easier, you just encounter new challenges. So, if you enjoyed this episode, if something resonated with you, if you felt touched, if you felt like you learned something, if this episode provided you with some value, make sure you subscribe. Right? If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and share it with a friend. Share this with somebody because you have no idea who could benefit from this information. Okay. We want to make sure that we are providing value and helping make the world a better place. And that starts with impacting one person at a time, right? And we need everybody on board. We need everyone's help. So if you're watching this, please subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. Share this with somebody so that we can possibly grow the community. And leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like. Leave some suggestions. If you need help with something specific, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Be happy to connect with you and talk about it on our next episode. All right. I'm definitely looking forward to sharing more more information with you all. And if you haven't already, head over to our website, raisethevibesllc.com, and become a gold member. 100% free, no strings, just good vibes, powerful connection, and an opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals. All right. But that's it for today. I am Jevon, also known as Mr. Raise the Vibes, signing off. And always remember, stay focused, stay positive, and keep evolving. Stay tuned for our next episode.